What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. We are back for another round of the Dynamic Knights Esports Master Tier here on the PS4. We're here for round number 12 here at the Monaco Grand Prix. There's the championship standings, 56 points between Zach Crichton and 40. We're currently P16. Mercedes have a 147 point advantage over Racing Point, and Haas are currently P7 from memory. Now, here we are at the icon, literally, of motorsport, you could say, at this legendary circuit that it is. You're not going to see too much qualifying highlights from me, as you can see. You're probably going to be seeing quite a few of that during this whole qualifying session. Reason is, you're probably wondering why am I not I'm sort of taking part in qualifying, but yeah, at the current moment, there's only about 10 minutes left to go in the session. But yeah, I got in touch with Lazy Towel, who obviously looks after the top tier master. We'll come back to that in a second. Here's what's going on. Oh, Stuart McKenzie having a bit of a nudge there with the wall coming out of, I think that was the swimming pool section there, and I think he's going to abort this lap. Yes, he does. But here comes Amazing Hour. As he's, oh, no.
Oh, and I've invalidated. Cheers.
Yep, he's not too happy about that one, to be honest. He's Amazing Hour. I'll get to him as well in a moment or two. Here's Plebs coming through. You're going to be seeing I guarantee this won't be the last time you'll be seeing quite a few guys nudging that wall, and he actually nudges the wall coming out of Rascas as well. So, not the ideal start. So, yeah, obviously, I got in touch with Lazy Tower, basically inquiring whether it would be okay if I started from the back, obviously, because everyone would be well known or well aware by now that my internet is probably not the best, and especially in a street circuit of Monaco as we go for a spin coming out of the swimming pool section, just sort of testing the pace out a little bit here, seeing what the setup was like really. But yeah, wasn't too bad, minus the front wing damage, obviously. But yeah, I thought it'd be safe, better to be safe than sorry than cause a massive pile-up because of my lag, just to basically just start from the back of the grid, maybe avoid chaos, hopefully. Well, and yeah, just hopefully get some decent points results anyway. But this was the actual flying lap here. As you can see, we had a great start. We nudged the wall coming out of Larascas, pretty much did what Plebs did, but we got a bit of awkwardness here between myself and Dr. Dre, who put himself in a pretty awkward position, I've got to say. He was trying to get out of the way of somebody else there. Can't actually remember who it was. There's the other bit of the front wing gone. Might have been in the Mercedes. I'm not 100% sure. Might have been a Racing Point. Can't remember entirely here, but yeah, we're going to, come around the final at Anthony Nodes here. And literally, I did not want to set a very quick lap time here, but of course I didn't want to be last either, because I think Swaggy has got a qualifying ban. I think he's already served one already, and he's serving a second one, as there's Amazing Hour touching the wall again on his flying lap around the swimming pool section there. Again, I'll get back to him in a second or two, but Zach Crichton actually gets pole position with a 1 minute 8 points, what was it, a 1 minute 8.679, so not too bad for him. And there's Stuart McKenzie, then 40 X Revolution, and LR Amazing Hour, as he's known these days. My teammate Toddy ends up in P13, so not overly too bad. He got players there in 14th, and he got myself there with a shocking 1 minute 13, way off the pace there, 1 minute 30.857. Of course, Swaggy obviously not setting a lap time because of a qualifying ban.
Lots of cars on the grid today. Make sure you steer clear of any incidents going into turn 1.
Thank you, Jeff, as always. So basically, we're going to just play it nice and simple around here, and obviously the game, being that we're 19th on the grid, will put us straight onto the medium compounded tyres, which is not ideal. Well, not the one that we're going to do today. We're going to literally go soft tyres and go to mediums. Well, it depends on whether the safety cars or not. And we're going to do something a little bit different. Take every single bit of fuel out as well. Again, just trying something different out around the streets of Monaco around here. But as we set off now for the formation lap here.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Thank you, Jeff, as always. We're just going to be the patient game here. Obviously, there might be a few guys here. You can see my internet's playing up already here. So, yeah, we're just going to play nice and safely here. We're just getting a bit caught up there a little bit there, coming into the Lowe's hairpin there. Getting a bit caught around the outside here as oh dear, Plebs getting a little bit close for comfort there. Again, everybody was sort of slowing up coming onto the grid there, so thankfully managed to avoid that, but may not be the last time we see that, potentially, depending on what happens with safety cars and whatnot as well. So we're all lined up here on the grid. We're going to obviously get ourselves hopefully all readied up here, and we're going to get ourselves racing here. So here we go, here for the Monaco Grand Prix. 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we not go, because obviously we're taking it nice and cautiously through here. So just want to take a very precautionary through here, as they're already going 3 wide into turn 1. That's El Tonki going right on the outside of Swaggy.
Very low on fuel. Tried to shift up through the gears earlier. It may help save more fuel.
Jeff already coming on the radio saying I've got to get on the saving the fuel here as we come through casino section here, as we nearly slam into the back of El Tonki there. I think it was a little bit of drama going on in front there. Thankfully we didn't lose a wing or ghosting anything, but safety car already.
Safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
And there was an incident just in front there. Well, at the time, I think potentially included my teammate potentially, and as well as a few other people. So you can probably see there was quite a few front wings scattered around there. So we're going to come into the pit lane here as a very awkward way to sort of come into the pit lane. We are pretty much sort of parked up there a little bit. Yes, you can confirm that Toddy was, I think, caught up in all that. We'll get some replays in a second here, but we obviously decided to come in as well. Not because we didn't have to change the front wing, obviously, but I just thought better be safe than sorry here, and just waiting here and just letting everybody make their way out back onto the racetrack. So we're back in dead last position here. So, all right, let's have a look at some replays from the start. On board with Stuart McKenzie's on the position 2, and Zach gets a pretty nice start off the line there. Contact from behind. I think that may have been the racing point.
Batty's got damage.
There you go, confirmation that I think there was a wing gone for the racing point man. As on board we go with Ella Amazing Hour. This is his first race since he's made the gamer tag change. Originally it was F1 Amazing Hour. There's the front wing right on cue as Amazing Hour gets around a Revolution. And he's obviously now joined the Liberty Racing team as well. So it's Amazing Hour. So congrats to him. As right, we'll go back a bit more further down the grid, with Plevs. You can see Spilly going right up the inside there into turn 1, as he always does. But there goes part of a front wing, as Plevs just taking the nice cautious approach up here into Casino Square. There's a little bit of contact there, sideways, and I think Toddy got caught up with, I think that's Gaming Way for Natara Rosso, well, to start with anyway, but they're coming in through here. There's contact, a bit more contact, and go flying there as Toddy gets pushed around there a little bit there. Plev's got a 5-second time penalty, or stop-go penalty, I should say, for a severe collision, I think it was, with Toddy. He's on board with my teammate. We got a little bit caught up there a little bit with Romeo Alonso in the racing point. And obviously got tangled up as well with Gaming Wafer as well, but then you'll get the little nudge here, and then a double nudge, and then straight into the wall, and then literally gets pushed around like a rag doll, literally by, I think it was Toey Z Rudy NZ. I don't think it was on purpose, obviously, but obviously no front wing for Toddy, so he obviously had to pit in at the end of this lap here. As he comes Pleasant. Okay. That's a new one. I have seen barrier glitches in the past at other circuits, but that one coming into the pit lane, that's definitely a new one. So that wouldn't have helped Plevs either, because that would have lost him a heap of time, especially being literally stuck in the tyre barrier. But anyway, front wing change, had to serve that 5-second stop-go penalty. So that's probably one positive. You can get that out of the road for later on. As Swaggy just gets out ahead of him there, and out of the pit exit here, as we just nudged the wall there coming out of, I think that was to back there. Had to double check whether there was any front wing damage, but thankfully there wasn't. The safety car's in.
This lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. So we're going to be racing again very, very shortly, and we're going to hopefully we might see a bit of chaos up the front, maybe not. We'll wait and see. Had to take avoiding action there a little bit there. Got a little bit caught out there. Obviously, everyone in front would have had to slow down, obviously, with the safety car restart. Again, I think Plevs nearly got caught out there again. But again, just taking it nicely cautious, trying to get my words out. It's not easy to do, but nice and easy through the final couple of corners here. We're finally back racing. The leaders have already started to pull away already. They're probably up at Casino Square by the time I said that, but back we go here. There's somebody lost a bit of front wing there. Wouldn't be surprised that was Plebs in front that actually lost a bit of front wing. He's getting a little bit sideways coming out of Anthony Nodes there, and Toei ZRDNZ is already into the pit lane for, I'm going to assume, front wing damage, because he's straight onto the hard compounded tyres as we're now on to lap 5. We're closing into the onto players. There's a battle going on here between, I think that's Swaggy and Gaming Wafer, and I think Swaggy got the move done somehow going into Tabac, so great move from him. Up he goes, I think it is like 17th as J-Banks comes into the pit lane. First time we've seen him since round 1 in Germany, so great to see him back this round, but though saying that, he's just left the session. So yeah, you're going to keep an eye on his car, because it is going to be featured quite a bit in this video a bit later on here, because you all know, if you haven't watched the Dynamic, hello, nice word in there, Ross. There's a bit of battles going on in front there as well. Dynamic Nights Esports Masters. You'll know that the ghosting is not turned on here. Oh no, Toddy's been, I think, had a little bit of an issue there. He's ended up at the wall there at Raskas, or coming out of Raskas, I should say, but in the end, I think he's come into the pit lane. Well, he had to, obviously, if he's got front wing damage, but not ideal there. Whether he got squeezed or whatnot, I'm not 100% sure there for Toddy. But anyway, back we go here, lap 7 now. We can see Plebs trying to try to get past Gaming Wafer, but not quite enough here. He's quite tricky to pass around here at Monaco as well. As here comes Amazing now, actually. He's going to try for an early undercut here. This is probably the only way, potentially, could get a jump on the top 2, especially. There's his teammate and Zach. So into the lane he comes, straight onto mediums, which would be the normal tyre around here, as away you go. You probably...
Come on, get me out of here like Red Bull, get me out of here like Red Bull.
Red Bull he's talking about, I think, will be X Revolution, because I believe he's pitted.
Okay, Revolution's jumped me. That's fine.
Yeah, he's just getting the rundown a little bit there, so it's okay. Well, I can't remember whether Revolution started on hards or not, or whatnot anyway, but there's his teammate, actually, Dr. Dre, just coming out of the pit lane, and has decided to not hold him up there, as we've also got past Wogboy, who's pitted, but I think poor old Toddy's having a shocker again. He's just had a crash coming out of Novell Chicane, and next thing you know, there's a virtual safety car because he's out of the Grand Prix. So, excuse me, not going well, unfortunately, for poor old Toddy. As actually the leaders are going to take full advantage of this virtual safety car. Well, literally, just as the virtual safety car ended, these guys have now come in. So Zach's on mediums. I assume Stuart McKenzie on mediums. Gets a tweak at the front wing, and away he goes. Now, where is Amazing Hour in all of this? Here he comes around the final corner now. We're seeing these two guys. Here they are. So there goes Stuart McKenzie. So he's got one. Now it'll be interesting to see when he can get the race lead. Zach just manages to get in front for the time being, but with 1 lap pressure. Well, no, 1 lap, 2 lap pressure tyres. No, it might be 1 lap, actually. Amazing Hour goes side by side through Casino. And round in, no, sorry, Macedon, and into Casino, and he gets the move done, so he's now got the effective race lead. So great battling all around from those guys. Those two have obviously had a little bit of histoy in the past.
Come on, Andrew.
But that was pretty fair racing, to say the least, there between those two. There's on ball here with Stuart McKenzie.
I say he's at the fence.
I think there was maybe a little bit of a touch there you saw from Macca's point of view. So that's Toei ZRDNZ that was just getting out of the road there. Back we go. To our point of view, as we're obviously go back racing here, back we go to what was going on behind here. Is just keeping an eye on the battles in front here. Dr. Dre, I think, is trying to get past Plebs as quick as he can here, as we get a very nice and close there to the wall.
They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 30.9.
Literally bumping their way through Raskas. As just checking on penalties wise, nothing doing there for Dr. Dre. Those begin lap 10. Lazy Towels now come into the pit lane. Now, I think majority of these pit stops would have to be for front wing changes. I could be completely wrong. It might be for normal pit stops. So that was when I noticed, actually, on lap 10 that I actually have front wing damage myself. I don't actually know where the heck I got that from memory. Whether that was when I clipped the wall somewhere, or whether I tagged someone's rear end, I don't actually know, to be honest. So now I've got to battle with front wing damage for most of this race. They're still battling going on ahead between these guys. Because I think there was a bit of a battle going on there. This might be why. It's on board with go with Plebs. He's trying to get past Gaming Wafer. I think he's been stuck behind him for quite a while. He's going to go round the outside here at the Novel chicane. A little bit more contact coming out of there. Oh, that's a bit close for comfort there with his teammate. Well, so whether that was, I don't know exactly whether his teammate was actually there where he crashed there. So it might have been differently on the map there, but you can see he's actually retired from the Grand Prix now as Toei's already NZ, so not been a great race for him either. It's lap 11 now. You see his battle is still going on here. I think Plebs has had enough here, trying to go up the inside, and he's into the wall here at Mirabeau. Unfortunately, it's not paid off there. I think he may have actually got front wing damage there. So that's really unfortunate for Plebs there, as see Dre has got to put pressure here on Gaming Wafer. Now we're going to be under attack here from a Lazy Towers. We get a little bit sideways there and just decide to, just let him go here on obviously completely different strategy as well. But again, just want to play it safe. That's all. Just really want to play it safe here as now we go into the Novel chicane. They're going side by side, I think, Dre and Gaming Wafer. Lazy Tower may join the party here. There may have been a bit of contact into the wall there. Not 100% sure that happened because there was a lot of ghosting on my screen, so let us wait and see what happened out of that one. As now we come into Raskas now, as I think Wafer now is coming into the pit lane, so he'll probably have to get a new front wing, and I think he's going, what is he on? I'm not entirely sure. Revolution's also in the pit lane. Again, I'm not entirely 100% sure whether Revolution was in the battle or not, but it might have started on the hard cop out of tyres. But here comes Amazing Hour. Literally, you're proving me wrong that you can pass around Monaco, around the inside at the Lowe's hairpin, and now it's going to have to do it around the outside of the other Mirabeau, I think it is called, and it still goes side by side out of Portier, but they've managed to get through it unscathed, and now Amazing Hour's cleared. Revolution puts a car in between him and Zach. So now let's have a look on board here with Plebs as Wafer hits the wall there, but I think Plebs might have just gone for one move too much there, just outbraked himself really, and then unfortunately the wall was waiting there at Mirabeau. So really unfortunate for Plebs. He's now missing half a front wing here as he now comes back into the pit lane. There's that glitchy tyre barrier. Thankfully that didn't affect him second time around compared to what happened the first time around, but obviously front wing change is necessary for Plebs, and onto the medium compound tyres again, I think, from memory, why he goes. I think Wafer, headed the same lap as well here, but a little bit sideways coming out of, that was Casino Square there, as we're still relatively pushing on here, because we got a pretty handy gap behind as we muck up Novel chicane there on lap 13, get a warning there, no surprises there at all, but we're now slowly but surely closing in here on our Tonki here, but we've got Revolution as well closing in here as well. I was actually going to let him through here. It was a bit of an awkward one here. I was actually going to move to the left-hand side there, and they just let him go. You're welcome, Revolution, for the fastest lap, by the way, but yeah, it's a bit of an awkward one there, and I actually thought for a moment that I may have given Revolution front wing damage, but we did clear it up afterwards, as Amazing Out now clearing Spilly. Now, this is obviously you could say a bit of traffic he has to deal with here, because these guys are doing the opposite of what these guys are doing. So they're obviously starting on mediums, then going to softs. As he has a look up inside of Romeo Alonso. A little bit of a nudge there. Maybe a bit of a bumper run there at Mirabeau, but he manages to get the job done and gets back to, well, second place actually, because 40 is in the race lead. Somehow, I can't work that out how that's actually happened there, but he on board again with Stuart McKenzie. Obviously, Zach's trying to get past Spilly. Oh, that's risky. Very risky.
Oh, Spilly's put Zach in the fence.
That is very risky, going right around the outside at the Lowe's hairpin, and I think it's cost Zach big time there. Very unfortunate for Zach, unfortunately. So, as I think Revolution, back we go to our point of view, Revolution's now cleared El Tonki. That puts him up into 12th place there. As now, here comes Macca again. So obviously there has to be a bit of a gap behind.
I got past Zach.
Here he goes here. Might have a look down the inside into turn one at Saint-Devot, and he's got the move done. And manages to get it clean.
And I just made a mint move on Romeo to turn one. We got Bailey ahead. Let's go.
Yep, they're into, well, effectively second and third place.
Old mediums. Their tyres are 14 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:17.5. You're gaining by a full second per lap. Good job. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
There's just an update there on El Tonki, who's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. At this stage, I don't have a single penalty at this stage. I might have a couple of warnings as he gets a little bit sideways going into the Lowe's hairpin there. I think he might have actually clouded the wall, possibly. Oh, speaking of, there's one penalty right on cue. So probably should have shut up about the time penalties there, but it cost me big time there. But I think he may have just nudged the wall there as he actually nudged the wall there. It looks like he may have lost a bit of front wing as well, or part of a front wing there. But might have just got the left rear maybe caught up on at the hairpin there. It was really awkward positioning there, I've got to say. But now he pulls into the pit lane. So he'll have to maybe have a front wing change, I would think. Interesting to see what tyres he goes on here as we, again, muck up the Novo chicane. It's probably not the first time you'll see that happening there, but as we're now getting a little bit sideways off the final corner. They're not an ideal run through there at all there, but now through the Novo chicane again, getting right up close to the wall here. I did mention you might have to watch Jay Banks' car, but obviously he's now left the session. But you see his non-ghost AI car, I'm going to call it now since cars are not ghosted here. It's actually starting to close on him. I'll get my words right in a minute here. He was closing in on me, that's what I'm trying to say. Jeez, I'm having a shocker today. But anyway, we'll come into the pit lane now because the soft tyres, I was literally running them until they absolutely died. But anyway, we're now getting a front wing change as well, chucking on the medium tyres. We should be able to make it to the end of the race here, and away we go. Now, it'll be interesting to see where we pop out here because there goes Plevs. And El Tonki, I think, is just coming down the front straight now. He might have gone by now. There he is. So we're falling right behind El Tonki there. And I think we're actually the last of the runners here at the moment. So, yeah, now we just got to hope there's maybe a few more guys crash out here. We could gain some decent points here. But lap 19 now, we finally closed in here on El Tonki. But, of course, that obviously means that the race leaders as well, they were actually starting to close in on me as well here. And you see I'm getting the blue flag warnings here. If you go past 3 of them, if you completely ignore them, you obviously get a 5-second time penalty from memory. But so we let 40 go through there. So Bailey is actually the effective race leader at the moment. I still don't know how he's actually ended up in the race lead. He must have gone a bit longer. As now we've got another blue flags there that's for Amazing Al, obviously. So we'll now let him go there. But you can see El Tonki, it didn't mark around either. It's just let him go at just before the Lowe's hairpin, I should say. It's, again, we're going to be put by another car, I should say. We've got a warning there. We're going to let Macca go through as well. Just don't want to really hold these fellas up at all. And then there's a fair gap behind to the next car, which I don't even know who the hell's the next car, really. So we get a 3-second time penalty. So we're up into 6 seconds. So we're now pretty much even. Stevens now with El Tonki. I think we'll get a clarification in a minute.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
We'll get the penalties one in a bit later on, actually. But yeah, forgot to actually mention as well, the weather may play a bit of a factor as well, because there was a slight chance of a light shower, I think, later on in the race, potentially. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for later on in the race, whether anybody decides to gamble maybe for inters or whether they stick it out on dries in, semi-wettish conditions, you could say. But you're lap 22 now. You can see we're just basically, I was just trying to have a bit of a battle here with El Tonki, as he's now lost another bit of his front wing coming out of Portier. So I just wanted to have, just have something to entertain for these next few laps, unless a safety car may play a factor again later on. We already had one so far, and plus a virtual safety car. And, 2 virtual safety cars, I should say. But just wanted to really, you could say annoy El Tonki a little bit here to see whether I could put him off there. As you can see, just checking again, making sure I didn't have any front wing damage. Thankfully, we didn't. So it was a bit of a mixed bag about what parts of the circuit I was better at compared to he. But To be fair, he managed to pull a gap away from me here, but it was sort of toing and throwing quite a lot throughout that whole race here. As back we go. A bit further up the road is Plevs starting to put pressure here on Wogboy. Difference of tyres as well. This is 15th and 16th. There's Wogboy has a lock-up going down turn 1, and I think he's letting go here from memory. Not entirely sure what the goes were there, but didn't hold him up quite a bit there as we get very close to the wall there. As not entirely sure what that was about there. Might have missed something there. Can't actually remember here, but now go slowly as we dare to the hairpin, nearly slamming into the back of El Tonki. But now obviously going to try put a bit of pressure on him here with the DRS wide open here. Not really quite close enough here going to turn 1. Lap 25. Well, this is actually lap 26 because obviously the leaders have already put us a lap down. But we get a much better run out of Saint-Devant. Up Beau Rivage we go into Massenet. Now through Casino. We sort of gain a little bit here through here. And then we sort of lose it a little bit later on in the lap. Like I said, it was toing and froing quite a bit throughout this whole race here. And we've got actually a pretty fair handy gap behind. So I think it's one of the Mercedes that is next. As we get it all wrong there coming out of turn 7. And now coming out of Portier, you can see all that gap we've lost there to El Tonki in front. So we're going to have to, again, work hard there. It's getting a little bit sideways. In through the tunnel section through there. To lap 26. Really getting right up his rear end there coming out of Casino. But again, nothing quite doing here. Didn't want to do anything risky here as well, to be honest. Just wanted to play it safe, obviously. Again, my internet's probably not the best as always, so as he has a terrible run coming out of the Noble Chicane. It's just showing the nose there, just like saying, I'm here. If there's a mistake made, I am here. Didn't quite, I don't think, nailed that chicane there coming into the swimming pool section there. But anyway, lap 27 now. So I think Wogboy's now coming into the pit lane again onto a set of medium tyres and the looks of things. So it must have been for another front wing change. So we're not last anymore. We're now into 17th place. But next up is the next blue flags are coming through as the safety car has now been deployed because Swaggy's now retired from the Grand Prix, so that's probably saved us a little bit. And we took full advantage of this. We're going to box this lap here for a set of soft compounded tyres here. Now on board here we go with Plevs. That's Swaggy, I think, going through the Noble Chicane right as we speak. I think he's just going to let Plevs go through here, so not entirely sure exactly what happened there with Swaggy, but Plevs, I think, was planning to come on in, but then abandoned it at last minute and decided to go for one extra lap here. Not entirely sure what happened.
It's Swaggy. He's in the middle of the road. Look out.
As there's Swaggy just out of the swimming pool section there. Yeah, so, his race has really gone downhill here. As 40, I think, was maybe trying to bait the Amazing Hour, and the Amazing Hour's going to take it here. I think 40's actually going to staying out here. As Amazing Hour's teammates also into the pit lane. So the Alpha boys are going to take full advantage of this. Soft compounded tyres are on for Amazing Hour, and he's away. It's I think you'll see here, he had quite a handy gap as well. That he's actually going to come out in position 2 here. So not a bad call there.
And this is what Bailey would have been hoping for.
So it's actually not a bad call there at all there for Amazing Hours. He managed this second place there.
Oh my God, that's going to be such a long stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a wing and a... come on, boys, be quick.
Now,
come on, boys. Come on, boys.
He's literally telling his team to quicken up the stop there. Now, I should point out as well, Macca got front wing damage back on lap 15, just coming out of the exit of swimming pool there.
Out.
So
other than that, everyone else
he's had to stay. So he's had to obviously manage a front wing damage for the majority of this race here. There's obviously a few guys that are going to stick it out here for a set of medium compounded tyres. We come now into the pit lane along with El Tonki. So now Swaggy has left the session here. So now it'll be interesting to see what happens here, because I think El Tonki will have a front wing change. Soft tyres on for us. Away we go. Nice stop there from the Haas boys. There's El Tonki, and I was correct. He is getting a front wing change. I think, who was that behind? Was one of the Williams cars was getting a front wing change as well by the looks of it. As there's that glitchy tyre barrier again for Plebs. He'd be hating that side. of that tyre barrier for sure, but he's going to take advantage of this. This was a lap later for Plebs, so onto the soft compounded tyres. I think he should be relatively safe, as there's Gaming Wafer, so he'll be sick at the side of that Toro Rosso by the end of this race, that is for sure. It's, you can see here we're in lap 29 here. We're going to get some updates here.
They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 19.0. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Okay, what about El Tonki?
The gap behind us is 8.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1:19.3. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
Okay, so El Tonki's got 6. I know I've got 6 seconds, but then Wogboy ahead has got 3. And you see we're sort of mixed in a little bit here with the lap traffic here. Is not entirely sure what the go is with there, or whether Wogboy was trying to let Macca go through there or not, but unfortunately you can't. With a lap car, obviously you can't get past a lap car, obviously, under the safety car period. So there's a few of us that are mixed up here with the lead group here, so... And like I mentioned, there is a mixture of like where the guys have stayed out on their tyres that they obviously came in, only pitted once, but there's other guys that have come in during the safety car and taken full advantage of what the better grip here. As Plebs is retired from the Grand Prix, is now, yeah, we haven't even had the restart yet so far, so there must have been some chaos behind for that to happen. As Zach, I think, tried to, I think he was trying to get everybody moving there, but unfortunately, not the case. So I think he's stuck behind myself and El Tonki there. So anyway, we'll get ourselves going. Here's where we get lots sideways coming out of the final corner there. So we're back racing now. And also we've now also got to counter trying to get past J Banks' car as well, as I think we're now under attack here from that other Mercedes. No, sorry. It didn't take long here, and I decided to let Zach go through here after the Novell chicane there to make. Sorry, he's sort of battling around with the leading group that didn't want any dramas, whatnot behind. So we're getting more blue flags here. I'm actually going to just let all these guys through here. So we got Dre, Crossy, Revolution, Romeo Alonso, Spilly, Gaming Wafer, Lazy Town. It's pretty much nearly the whole field, you could say, really, but we're getting lap 32 here. You can see, I think Lazy Tail's closing in.
Their tyres are 12 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 18.0. You're down 8/10 a lap.
I think Lazy Tail's just probably had enough of Gaming Wafer, and he's actually just let him go through there. There's chaos in front of Spilly. I think it was the car that was around, so he's had a bit of drama somewhere along the line. Not entirely sure where, but now we're obviously into 15th spot now because of, I can't remember what it was there, but yeah, Gaming Wafer comes into the pit lane, and Wogboy again has come into the pit lane, so you would assume that would have to be for front wing damage for sure, but now we're trying to catch up ahead to, well, Lazy Tail, but the next car in front is actually the non-ghosted car of J-Banks, so we've got to really go nuts here, and with the speed he was the non-ghost car was doing, it's at a fairly decent speed around here anyway, so we take it nice and cautiously here into the Lowe's hairpin. He was sort of closing our way up a little bit to the guys in front here. And obviously, I think Spilly's not too far behind either. But actually, I forgot this is actually my fastest lap of the race, so that might be why we're sticking a board here on this lap here. So we're already quicker on sector 1. I think we're about 4/10 of a second. Completely forgot about this. I was wondering why I kept this in. Now I know why, because it's my fastest lap. We're going 1.8 seconds. No, sorry, 1.4 seconds quicker in sector 2 there. So we're definitely improving in our shocking 14.8, I think it is, that we've set so far. As you can see, Lazy Tail, I think, closed in on the McLaren of J-Banks there. So as we set our fastest lap of the race there with a 12.0, which is a lot better than one of the 14.8. So we're about 2.8 seconds quicker. Now aboard here with Pleasant to the... Oh, no.
Are you all right? Engine off. Engine off.
You are kidding, really, aren't you? Oh, that's an unfortunate way for Plebs to end his race there. As, yeah, well, don't think Plebs maybe might have been not too happy with that one, but he's amazing out. And 40 goes side by side to the Lowe's hairpin here. again, these guys are proving that they're showing me that you definitely can pass around at Monaco. So amazing how Dale takes the effective race lead back.
Drove around the outside before the hairpin, turned to the inside. I did squeeze him a little bit, but there was no fucking room.
Yeah, there's the words there from amazing
easy.
now. So you can see that was voice of Matt Carey's just gone by. I think that was Woke Boy there. But now he's got Aaron here, who did not
Aaron's
pit as
so
well
slow,
either during the safety car period. He's going to go up the inside here at Larascas, and he's going to get the move done there as well. So Macca now gets himself up to third place, and it might be, well, second in a moment here, because 40, obviously, is another guy that's stuck it out on the medium compound tyres. So we should have an Alfa Romeo 1-2 in a moment, right on cue, up the inside of the Novell chicane. Pretty simple move there for Macca. Very, you could say very aggressive there, but it got pretty clean.
C.
I don't know exactly what plan C is, to be honest. So, anyway, we're now back to our point of view. We've now caught up to this car in front of us here of J-Banks, the disconnected car, you could say, really, even though these cars don't ghost. So now we're trying to get past this car as quickly as we can here, but it's not going to be easy because this car's got some pretty decent speed as we nudge the wall coming out of the swimming pool section there. I can't remember if we've got front wing. Yes, confirmed we do have front wing damage, so we have to manage this for the rest of this race now. As we know we've got the DRS here on his car here in front, so we're going to send it up the inside here into turn one. I pretty much had enough at this point because I wanted to get past him here, but got an illegal overtake as I cut turn one at Saint-Devant, but yeah, I was getting really annoyed here because I did not want to get, held up behind here behind too much here at J-Bank's car. So we're going to send it up the inside here into Mirabeau, and we'll get the move done there. And we should hopefully get this clear. But now, obviously, we've got a gap. J-Bank's behind because of the 6 seconds worth of penalties that we've got behind us. We absolutely nail it coming through the Novell chicane there. We're sort of closing in a bit here on Dr. Dre, who of course is already a lap car. So I think we're getting close again here with myself and J-Banks' non-ghost AI car. Howard's still battling me. I still have no bloody clue, but they've got a little bit of a nudge there coming out here as we're literally just trying to brake check this car at the moment here. Just trying to give it something, just like front wing damage or something here, because at this rate I'm going to be behind J-Banks' car. As right on cue, 9 seconds.
The car behind is 7.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:16.9.
I don't know why I asked that, because J-Max is right behind us here. So but now we've got 9 seconds worth of penalties here, and it's not ideal for us, considering about this car behind me as well. As we go through into Mirabeau there, and thankfully the car did ghost through there. It was pretty lucky coming out of there as we now enter the Lowe's hairpin there. We're still trying to do anything and everything we can to just, really can't get away from this car at all here. And I think it is starting to rain now as well. I might have missed that a couple of laps ago here, but now we've got to manage this as well. You see it's right up the back end here. We're actually on the final lap of the Grand Prix as well. So we're going to stick aboard here. On my last lap, because obviously we're a lap down here, but just really slowly but surely just making our way through here. We get a little bit of a nudge there actually from the car behind, and yeah, at this point I was just furious with the car. I was thinking, why is it still here? And again, he's trying to go for a move up the inside here, and I thought, no, you know what, I'm trying to I was trying to give it damage here, but also just trying to help old Tonki get past here. May have actually done it going into Portier, but fortunately, I think with the AI settings here, the car is still a pretty decent pace here. So literally I was trying everything to slow it down, just make sure old Tonki could get by me as quickly as he possibly can. But no, there's contact behind there. Macca's won the Grand Prix. So, yeah, I mean, I tried everything I could there. It did speak about it with El Tonki later after the race as well, saying I was trying to help him get past the car there. But then, obviously, with that damage, and obviously I've got one more penalty than him. I had to bolt here to just maintain position here. As now we're going to come across the line here. We're going to finish in 13th place here in the Grand Prix. Not the ideal way to finish, but anyway, it is what it is here. This is what happened here with Amazing Hour. This was what he was in the lead at the Noble chicane. Now, I did watch his video back. He was really struggling in the later laps. Whether that it was something to do with the tyres or the weather or what, not entirely sure. Look at the massive lock-up there, all caught there on Macca's point of view there, and he takes pretty much the effective race lead now. And I think he might, well, he's got on to win the Monaco Grand Prix somehow.
My fucking God, at Monaco of all places, get in there.
So great job there from Mackenzie, so congrats to him. Amazing how it ends up obviously P2 there, so it's an Alfa Romeo 1-2, so you'll take that any day of the week really around here. But no doubt Amazing Al would have preferred to have the race win, but it is what it is really, unfortunately. So that's yeah, and Zach Crichton I think ends up P3 in the end. Managed to make his way through the traffic, I believe. So we'll have a full confirmation here of the results here as we get another bit of XP there for our taking there. As there you go, there's the final results. Oh, it was actually even on penalty, so it probably didn't matter. So Stuart McKenzie takes the Grand Prix ahead of LR Amazing Hour, Zach Crichton in third, Aaron in fourth. And it's oh god, it's Alphas, Mercedes, Racing Points, Red Bulls. They're going to sink here. The only ones out of sync is Crossy in ninth. Then they got the two Ferraris, Lazy Tail, Spilly. End up ourselves in P13. There's poor old Toddy and Toeies, Rudy and Zed. And as well as Swaggy and Plebs, the DNFers, and plenty of us left down there. So managed to survive the Monaco Grand Prix. Here's the driver's standings. Bit of a new look as well since the last couple of rounds as well. So Zach has now a 63-point margin over 40 in second place. And you got Stuart McKenzie there in third, Aaron fourth, Revolution fifth, Amazing Aaron sixth, Spilly 7th, Wogboy, Plebs, and Rami Alonso. We're 17th at the moment. We're only 4 points behind our teammate, of course. We're slowly but surely gaining points here, but we're also pretty close to Crossy and, well, Aussie was Rick. I don't think took part in this round. Mercedes still have a fair advantage now over Alfa Romeo, who have now jumped into second place, I believe. Yes, it has to be, yeah, since the last round. So, a Racing Point in the third, Red Bull fourth, then Ferrari, Williams, Renault, then Haas in position 8. You can see it's pretty close between ourselves, Renault, Toro Rosso, and probably, not so much McLaren, but you never know what could play out here in the last final rounds here. Anyway, I'll leave you now with the highlights here for the Monaco Grand Prix. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, you can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more Dynamic Nights Esports Master Tier on F1 2019, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. As always, all my social media links will be down in the description. Plus, I'll leave the links for everybody else's point of views if you want to go check out their channels. They'll be down there. Plus, the Dynamic Nights Esports their YouTube channel. I'll leave the link to the live stream as well, plus their social channels, which is only Instagram at the current moment. But yeah, until the next one, which will be the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, a track that I haven't done much in this game. It is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.